Everybody, I'm Kelly Hogan and welcome back to my Zero Carb Life. I am joined by 7 group members. They've all been part of the December groups. And just about, ladies, maybe 2 days ago, I said, if you have anything you want to share with people on YouTube, just let me know. And they were so brave and they volunteered and here they are. So I want to start with Sylvia today. I have a general idea of what you each want to talk about, but you took a cool trip this year. Is that right?
I did. We actually went on a 7-day cruise after we started Carnivore. So we weren't going to start until after the cruise, but we started October the 1st. October the 13th, we left on a cruise. So the first meal is always in the buffet. That's easy. So you could find what you need. But the meal where you sat down, I looked at my husband and I said, do you want to go back to what we were eating or stick with Carnivore and just hear what I order and you mirror that? And he said, yes, let's do what you order and I'll mirror it. So I ordered 2 meats. It was a steak and something else meat. Oh, steak and salmon was the first night. I made sure that they only cooked in butter, so accommodating, but people questioned us and they're like, we might want to try that. And we never faltered. And I tell you, what was so funny is they would order desserts and we just didn't have the desire. It was the easiest process. So not only did we feel the health benefits, we had the energy. Today's day 91, the health benefits. My husband has never had normal blood pressure.
Okay.
He's dropped 20 pounds and he's now to a normal blood pressure. His blood sugar, he was type 2 diabetic, has dropped from 7.5 to 5.1 now. He just got tested. Yep. They're taking him off all his diabetes meds.
Oh my God.
And he's just got the energy and I'll just throw it out there. He's 66 and I'm 64. So, the health benefits that we felt has just been phenomenal. For me, I felt like the hormones are balanced through Carnivore. I sleep through the night. I haven't slept through the night in years. I mean, probably 15 years. I sleep through the night. I've not had hot flashes one bit. I feel great. I lost 16 pounds. My digestive issues, my stomach doesn't feel bad. That's probably the reason I would stay carnivore. I would eat a salad, which we used to all love, and I would cramp.
Yep.
I could eat a veggie and I would cramp. I didn't know what it was, never knew what it was. But once I've been carnivore, I feel like I've got the stomach of a 16-year-old. I have no gut issues, which means I also don't have that feeling that I used to have.
Oh,
Right.
Sylvia, I am so happy.
I'm ready to cruise again. We're going in February, and I'm like, I am going to just, I know they're not going to drive me crazy with why am I doing this and why don't I want dessert and why don't I want this? But
Our family went on our first family cruise this year. It was almost a year ago. They'd just bring me as many New York strips as I asked for every night for dinner.
absolutely.
That was it. If I said, hey, I would like 5 New York strips cooked rare. Yes, ma'am. And I would say,
Yeah,
please cook it in butter. And I
yeah.
have my own seasoning. I usually carry a little pocket salt.
I have my pocket salt.
That's it. And it was so delicious. I've heard so many people say I'm going on a cruise and I won't be able to be carnivore. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, you will.
why? Right. Yeah, I found cruising to be really easy, and I'm just so thrilled for you and your husband that y'all have each other doing this. I'm thrilled for you. Thank you, sister. Thanks for coming
Thank
and
you.
sharing today.
Thank you for letting me share because it is very exciting.
Okay, next up I have Tammy. Tammy, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about consistency today. So what's been on
Mhm.
your mind?
I started carnivore because my son, who's a chiropractor, had done carnivore and he had healed up some eczema and his asthma went into remission and just a bunch of different things that he had seen successes with. And I was in the middle of having kind of another thyroid crisis. I have Hashimoto's. So, I thought I have to do this. I have to jump into carnivore. So January 2nd of last year, I started carnivore. And for me, so my anniversary will be January 2nd, which is Thursday. And I'm so excited. I actually made it a whole year and I can't believe it. I had the bar set so incredibly low for myself. My goal was to just be carnivore. I remember when I joined your coaching classes, you had your habit tracker and I thought literally the only habit I can do successfully is be carnivore. That was it. That was it. So that's what I did for probably the first month. And one of the things that I did to make sure that I was successful was decided that I was going to stay home as much as humanly possible for the first month. So I wasn't going to eat out at all because I didn't know where I could eat out safely.
Okay.
I just decided that that was probably safest for me. I wouldn't be tempted to fail because up until that point, your whole life struggling with weight and diet and trying to get your body under control and why can't I lose weight? I would always start a diet and it was good for a while. And then, you think, oh, I could have a bite of that. I can have a bite of that. And then so goes, you're on the hamster wheel of losing, I guess, just losing the focus of why you're doing health. But it never really worked anyway, because I was still always addicted to sugar and carbs. So I decided that I was going to stay home and just stock my refrigerator and my freezer and have lots of meat and lots of bacon and lots of eggs. And I had raw dairy available. And that was a huge, massive success for me. And at that point, my goal also was to just move more. I couldn't quite say to myself, let's do 10,000 steps a day. That was just beyond anything I could imagine at that point. So I have slowly since worked up to sometimes 17,000 steps a day. And
Whoa,
I know
that's a
it's
lot.
good.
That's
It's really
good.
good. And one of my rewards for myself in September, a friend and I and my husband are going to England and we're going to go to the Cotswolds and do the Cotswold Way Trail, which is like a 106-mile hike.
My
Yes,
gosh.
over the course of 10 days. So we're super excited and I'm working up to that. So there you go.
Cool, Tammy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm so happy for you. And I'm
Hmm.
guessing that 2 years ago, that would have been like a, yeah, right.
You
No.
got it.
Yeah.
No way. And the nice thing is I've seen incredible healing in my thyroid. I'm still on my meds and that's okay, but I'm hoping that they'll at least be able to be reduced significantly and maybe one day I'll even be off of them. Who knows? My joint pain is completely gone. I was starting to get a little bit of arthritis in a few fingers and that's gone. Sleep is so much better. Energy is just through the roof. So, oh, I mean, I can walk now. I can walk a long time. So
Apparently.
apparently, yeah,
Apparently.
that's good.
Also, it's amazing that you have a son that's a chiropractor at what, age 8? My gosh, you look young.
No, he's going to be 30 this next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you look and it sounds like move like a much
Yeah.
younger person. And I'm just so happy
Thank you.
that you've been a happy carniversary, sister. That's
Yes, thank you.
amazing. It's
Yes,
such a pleasure
I'm
to have you here
excited.
today. Thanks for sharing with everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, my next guest is Carmen. Hey, Carmen, what do you want to share with us today?
Talking about food noise. I need to kind of preface by saying that I'm a nurse. In 2022, gained a lot of weight, and it was literally the battle of coming home from work every shift and either hitting Chick-fil-A or someplace. It would just literally call to me.
Yeah.
And decided to start carnivore. Started with a 3-day sardine fast.
Oh, you went hardcore from
I
the
went hardcore, just decided I couldn't take it anymore, needed to do something. Then went right into fatty ribeyes for like 2 weeks and really enjoyed that. And it was about 2 weeks in, I got home from work one night and realized I didn't want to stop. Nothing was calling my name. There
Mm,
was no more cravings. And it's just been that way ever since. I mean, it's like the noise is literally talking to you,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's gone silent. So I think for me, just having freedom from that is one of the biggest wins for me.
Same here. It's like a miracle
It
that
is.
all that yelling in your ear of, oh, I want it, I want it, I want it, I need it, I need it. My brain's on fire. It's like bees buzzing around your head, and then they're just gone.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
has it been worth it just for that alone? Have there been other benefits?
Yes. Sorry. Several benefits. I'm almost 100 pounds down, and that's since November 2023.
Oh
So
my gracious.
yeah.
I did not know that. Amazing.
Yes. Yeah. The weight came off eventually pretty fast. And then when I joined your group, I had been in a stall and we did the TDEE and figured out I wasn't eating enough. So did that, lost some weight, stalled again, and have just recently come off another stall. But I don't know what it is about carnivore that I don't even have the thought of giving up.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because everything else seems so settled. And, it just the calmness of all of it, the ease of it. It's not a struggle to keep going. And those are the things that motivate me. Just the way, because I know how I feel now
Mm.
as opposed to then.
Yeah.
You look at everything from a different perspective when your mind is calmer.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It does. Somebody yesterday in a meeting said they were going on a trip soon. I want to say to Italy. And somebody had said, "Oh, you'll have to go off of this meat thing while you're in Italy." And she said it would be like telling somebody who has finally found, say, a medication that fixes their brain, that makes them feel calm, that allows them to feel good, that gets rid of their pains, saying, "Hey, when you go on that trip, you better go off those meds." You'd be like, "Are you crazy?" This is this is the sanity for me. Also, the medicine tastes like fatty ribeyes.
Mhm.
Yeah, once you feel it, once you experience that the food noise shutting off
Mhm.
and the calmness setting in, it's hard to imagine ever turning all that craziness back on.
I, I,
Certainly not on purpose.
I think it's so much easier. I actually feel like I have to plan less for
Yeah.
traveling than
Yeah.
because I always know I can get hamburger patties, and I am the crazy person that travels with sardine cans in her suitcase just in case, even though I know we can go get things. And yes, I don't regret it for 1 minute, and I'm not looking back. So,
I love it. Carmen, what a testimony. Thank you. Thanks for being here today. That was awesome. All right, and now we have Elida. Hey, Elida, what did you want to talk to us about today?
First, a little backstory. I started Carnivore 16 months ago,
Oh,
August of 2023, and I did it. My husband had started. He has horrible inflammation. A person from church had told him about carnivore, and her husband is a doctor who is our doctor now, who is a carnivore doctor, which is
ah,
which is amazing.
yes.
So when he came home and said that he'd heard about carnivore and was going to do it, I thought he's crazy. He's going to die. He's crazy. Well, that was in June, and he did really well. And then he started to falter. And I thought, okay, in September, I will do it for 30 days just to help you stay on track
Yes.
because he was feeling better. But I still thought he was crazy. I had been doing low carb and had lost like 60 pounds since March, and I was feeling pretty good. And I thought, well, I'll just do it. It's just lower carb, way low carb. So I started and did 30 days and loved it. And I no longer thought he was crazy. So I kept going, and it's been 16 months, and I've lost 90 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's not coming back. I absolutely think this is the way to eat. Convinced, totally convinced. And I joined your group in November, wanting some community and some support. And just, I love you. You're one of the first people I found when I started digging into all the YouTube. Don't we all do that? We go down the YouTube rabbit hole. And I found you and I joined your group. And of course, you talked about the TDE and the tracking. And I was like, nope, not doing that. I don't like tracking. I hate tracking. But I thought, I had hit a stall. I thought, okay, I'll try it. Did the TDEE and I was overeating. I figured, how can you overeat on carnivore? There's no carbs.
Right.
I should be still losing weight, but I wasn't. I had stalled. So I adjusted my calories, lost in December, I lost 7 pounds, 7 more pounds,
Ooh, that's big.
and felt better. The tracking really helped. It really helped me be accountable. It helped me to see exactly what I was doing. I wasn't lying to myself. I tend to lie to myself, like, I'm doing fine. I didn't have that much fat or whatever. So it really helped. My biggest why is my mental state. I have suffered with depression for years and years and years. I'm off of my antidepressants.
Oh,
I feel wonderful. That's my biggest why is my brain. I want my brain to be healthy. I don't want to be on those meds.
Mm.
They're not good for you.
Mm.
I was on it for 22 years and so many more other whys, but that's my biggest why. And almost 65. I feel amazing.
You look amazing. You
Well,
look
thank you. Thank you. And I just want to scream it from the mountaintops. Like Carmen was saying, I'm not a nurse or anything, but even going to the grocery store and seeing all of the metabolic disease that you see, all the stuff in people's carts. I used to be there. And I just want to go up to them and just hug them and just like, I have an answer. I have an answer. But
Yes.
it's hard. Most people are not receptive.
No. Occasionally somebody will notice what I'm doing or say something to me to ask about what it is, and you can pass it along, and it feels so good. And that's what y'all are doing right now. So welcome to your mountaintop, Elida. I'm so glad you're here
Thank you.
shouting it. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Hey, Cindy King, how's it going? What do you want to talk to us
Hey,
about?
oh, so excited, Kelly and Tribe. I cannot thank you enough. I am so excited to find your knowledge and that you're sharing it with us and having other like-minded people to learn from. And these YouTube videos and your coaching is invaluable to me. Thank you. I actually just started Carnivore November 11th
Okay.
of this year. And so Thanksgiving was okay. I had a few family stressors, but stayed on track. And then we went to Texas for the last 10 days. And I just decided, Daniel 1:8 in the scripture says, Daniel purposed in his heart, he determined not to eat the king's delicacies. And so I'm really standing on that scripture for one thing. And I just decided, okay, I'm going to do this. These other ladies are doing so well. I'm so excited to be a part of it. So our first stop was Outback Steakhouse in Tucson. Easy peasy. Except the waitress said, you have to have two sides. They come with your steak. And I said, no, thank you. And I heard Kelly's voice. I heard some of the videos that said, no, thank you. Mexican food is my downfall. I'm from Arizona. I've lived in New Mexico the last 32 years, and enchiladas, Mexican food are my life.
Right.
So I was brave. I looked at the menu and I thought, I'm going to order something different. And I've had fajitas before, and I did that a couple of times on our trip, but just didn't eat the vegetables.
Yeah.
At Sweetwater, Texas, there was this Lupita's Mexican food that it's the best. So yummy. They had a menu item that said David's Burger. It was a hamburger patty with German sausage. I thought, that's different. And asado cheese, but I ate at a Mexican food restaurant and enjoyed it.
Awesome. It's
And
great.
it came with French fries. So my brother-in-law ate every one of them off of my plate. He was right next to me, and it never fazed me. Christmas was easy because my daughter-in-law and son had prime rib. So I ate that for about 3 days, and steak. She made a charcuterie board.
Oh.
How fun. And I did it. Thank you, Lord. And
You
thank you.
did it. Yes, I'm praising him with you, Cindy. I know there are people watching because I've had many people say this to me through the years. Their downfall is Mexican restaurants or going to someone's house. And you, even as a fairly new carnivore, navigated Christmas and the Mexican restaurant, and you make it. I love hearing you talk about it because there's not this shadow of it was hard, but I made it. It sounds like it was joy. You were figuring it out with joy, the joy of missing out on the junk.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Cindy,
And
that's awesome.
Lost 2 pounds.
Even over Christmas, you lost 2 pounds. I love that. Well done, Cindy. Thank you for sharing today. I appreciate you. That was great.
Thanks.
Hey, Amy, what'd you come to talk about today?
Well, originally I was going to talk about the joys of tracking that I finally found after being a Weight Watcher for many years and being in big resistance to when you said, maybe you could help things if you track. So I did do that and I did see results. But as I was kind of pondering talking to you, I think the biggest benefit that I've noticed from carnivore has been connection. particularly in these coaching groups. I'm 54 years old. I've lost 94 pounds over a span of time. I started keto. I saw your videos on YouTube. I saw Dr. Barry's videos. I saw just all of these people who seemed so happy and so enthusiastic and like they were just having an easy time. And I thought, I wasn't having an easy time on keto. There were too many ways for me to cheat. Maybe if I just went in for 30 days, just give it 30 days, and maybe that'll be just the jump start I need. That was last January 15th. I have not gone back. I haven't gone off track. I very easily dumped some weight and then came to you because I had a huge stall. I was stuck at 163.8 pounds. And I got stuck there in March of 2024. And it didn't matter what I did. I was fasting. I was eating more. I was eating less. And what it comes down to was that lack of connection to my creator, lack of connection to people in eating the same way and with the same thoughts. That first night when you asked us if you could pray for us, I found my people. And that connection has helped me in dark times. I broke my elbow on Thanksgiving. I'm doing fantastic. I was told by the orthopedist he can't believe for someone your age, 54, I'm healing so rapidly. And I attribute that to the connection that I've made to others on the carnivore diet. It keeps me motivated to keep going. In the morning, I wake up, I'm excited to walk. I'm excited to face the day. And like everyone, you have your moments. My elbow, that was not planned. But it ended up being a blessing. I toned it down for the holidays. I just went from where I was. And I probably had one of the best holiday seasons that I've had in years because I just stripped it down. And that stripping down just really let me see the beauty of the season and not worrying about the treats and what I was going to do because that plan was already in place. So for me, connection to a community, to my creator, and to others has been what's helped keep me motivated and keep me going.
Oh, Amy, I'm so glad you're part of this group and that you shared that. I was excited to hear about tracking, but I think you're right. I think people need to hear. So Elida had shared earlier that tracking helped her to sort of keep it between the lines of not under eating or overeating. I've just figured out where it was. And it sounds like that was helpful to you as well. But
right, because I was going like this. I would eat 800 calories one day and 3,000 the next. So my poor body was like, what are you doing? We need to level.
Yes. Did the TDEE help you figure out where that level was?
1,000%.
Awesome.
The TDEE really helped because it helped me to see. Because I was like, oh, because some days I wasn't as hungry. I didn't feel hungry, but to be so low, my body was just like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? You're confusing me.
That makes total sense. And I think that's a story that's very familiar to a lot of people. Yes. Sometimes people will ask me, hey, Kelly, instead of joining the group, could I just pay you and you give me the TDEE? And I do not do that. And it is partly because of what you just said, Amy. If I were to write down their numbers and be like, there you go, have a nice day, without the connection and the group and the support, to me, it's not even the same thing.
Right. And my husband's been amazing, but he's not on the same journey. He's not in the same place.
Yeah, I'm in that same spot, as you know. My husband, who is sitting right over there with headphones on right now, is also not there. He's not ready yet. I'm also not the kind of wife that's going to nag him into this. If he ever needs it, he knows exactly what to do. But then I get to come here and be with you all who totally get it. Yeah. Thanks, Amy. I love you.
Thank
you so
you
much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, my next guest and final guest is Sunny. And Sunny might look familiar to some of you because she has actually been on the channel one brief time before, but she said she wanted to share something different. And I said, oh, well, please come back and talk again. We could never have enough Sunny Meadows. So welcome back.
Thank you so much. Nearly 16 months ago, I started with very clean keto because I realized I had an addiction to sugar and ultra processed foods. I have a disordered eating condition. So, and getting help for that and the emotional part of that, then it also comes to what am I going to eat? What foods are not going to light me up? What foods are not going to set me off? Also, for me, I have moderate to severe RA, rheumatoid arthritis. So my mobility was a huge issue. In September of 2023, I hit my bottom, my total bottom. I was already looking at assisted living places nearby, and I was thinking about I was going to have to get daily help because of my mobility. To go any distance, I had to use a walker or a cane. So mobility is my really big why, and the emotional state of all this too, because I have struggled with my weight my entire life. I've struggled with binge eating and all of the things. So I started out as really clean keto, and I did notice that like when I ate more beef and things like that, it was full longer things. I just tended to go towards meat heavy. And so what I decided to do in February is I decided to go 90 days Lions diet. I was keto and I thought, let me transition and let me see, because as an ultimate elimination protocol, right? Beef, water, salt. No coffee, no nothing. I did it for 90 days. And then I thought I'll add foods back to see how I react because my mobility is a big deal. And by this time I had already lost some weight. Things were going well, but I wasn't feeling as good as I should.
Okay.
And so I did that. And when I started to add back some vegetables like spinach that I used to eat a lot of because I always was on a diet, I hurt like badly, immediate reactions. So I thought, okay. So I figured out in that way that there were a few things that I could have if I was going to have vegetables, but many vegetables I could not have because they actually cause pain. So I'm like, what am I doing? Let me just do carnivore. It's easier. And of course, I binge watched Kelly, like I think all of us have, and Dr. Berry helped too. And so I decided to just do it and keep it easy and keep it simple. And so I decided, let me sign up for Kelly's group. By this time I was carnivore. I was stuck. It was before October because I signed up for the October group, but I had stalled. Now, twice I had stalled on this as far as weight loss goes. And during that time on carnivore, I had lost an entire size. So I wasn't so worried about the stall, but it was more than that. I was only sleeping for years. I've only been sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night. That's it.
Oh.
And I would have to either rest during the day or and then I was like, oh, it's the RA, it's the fatigue from that, take a nap. And so I thought, well, I need to be able to sleep, but I'm also stuck. So I signed up for Kelly. And so it was so amazing because I'm like, dude, I'm in it 100%, right? So I did the TDEE and I had been tracking the whole time since I started. Near January 10th will be my 16th month, but I had never looked at my calories ever. So I went and looked at the calories because I was looking, and I'm like, I was eating 900 to 950 calories a day. Now my macros look good, right? They look good, but I was under eating a lot. So as scary as it was, I thought I trust Kelly and I'm going to go up and slowly start inching up. So when I started doing that, I started losing weight and I started sleeping better. Yeah. And so October, November, now December, I'm up to 6 to 7 hours a night of sleep.
Oh, Sunny.
I can't even tell you how life-changing just that one thing is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about sleep where I can actually sleep and rest because my body needs it to restore itself for the RA so I don't hurt in the morning. So the sleep, I want to say, was probably my biggest thing. I also got the mouth tape and that was great. And I use it and I can sleep easily with that. And I've inched up my calories and actually, let me look at this. I'm up to about, because I was able to go above the TDE maintenance and still lose. I lost 4 pounds this month. I don't have a lot to lose. I don't know how many exact pounds. Another thing I want to say is my goal when I started this was unattainable, I thought, as far as size goes, because, we all want to lose weight, but I would really want health. And so my goal was a size 8. I thought I'm never going to make it there. I made it there in November, and I'm like, oh, wow. Well, obviously, I think I need to go down another size because of my height, my age. We'll see. So I'm down to a size 6 in December, which is my goal size. Now I want to tone up some more, right? I'm 62. I'm post-menopause. I have moderate to severe RA. Also, in August, I started going to the gym. Now this is from using a walker before and a cane to getting a trainer. So I do train with a trainer twice a week. Very amazing person, knowledgeable. And the other wins that I've had in this entire journey, and I love this because you mentioned this the other day. When I went to Florida, I used to have to get wheelchair assistance in the airport. I had to be pushed in a wheelchair. Wow. Not only was I able to stop that and walk on my own without a mobility device, but I don't have to have a seatbelt extender anymore in the airplane, which is huge. That's a big deal. So I'm going to just kind of go over some of my benefits. Yeah, the undereating thing was huge. And going at this point in time, I'm like 100 to 200 above the maintenance on the TDEE.
Amazing.
So I went 100 above and I still lost the weight. I lost 4 pounds this month. And the benefit of all this, and this is keto also, keto to carnivore. I got my mobility back, but I gave away the cane and the walker. Not only did I give it away.
Awesome.
I put it down in the basement myself. I carried it down there and I carried it back up and I took it and gave it away. It was really important for me to be able to do that. My medications were from 7 to 2.
Oh, great. Drop 5.
This journey.
Drop 5 meds. Awesome.
Drop 5 meds off of there. Joint pain and stiffness is actually nearly gone. There's no more shuffling for an hour and a half in the morning when I wake up because I would have to shuffle. I could not walk when I woke up. Now I'm able to get up and walk. And
wow.
And I do all the Kelly tips. Like I have the Kelly tip list and I go down there and I'll add them. It'll take me a while to get to all of them, but I'm going to get them all in. My size has gone from a very, very tight 4X to a size 6 and small. I've lost a total of 127 pounds from my very highest before that, right? I was actually at my very highest, I was 20 pounds above that. I've had a weight problem my whole life. Instead of orthopedic sneakers being all I could wear, I actually can wear cuter shoes now. I don't do heels, but I can wear cute shoes and boots. Boop, boop, boots, boop, boop. And I posted that on Facebook. I posted pictures. I got boots on. Not only did I have boots on, but I actually had a run in them in the rain and I could do it because it was
rain. Sunny. That's amazing.
So it's crazy. And I know it probably sounds like all over the place, but there is so much of it. But I love this. And of course, I'll be joining you January and February. And I've learned so much. And honestly, if I can just encourage one person to just, like others have said, just try it. Try it for 30 days and see what happens. Yeah. Because your inflammation is going to go. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us have problems with inflammation. So when I eat in the way that doesn't cause inflammation and takes it away from my body, I'm functioning again. I could dance. I can walk miles every day. It's a different life.
My gracious, that was so awesome. Sunny, I am so glad you came back to give an update on how things are going. I can almost guarantee you that people watching will be like, these are my 7 new best friends. Because you just have such a heart for sharing. And I think a lot of people are going to relate to so many things that have been said, whether it's the food noise or the idea of, I couldn't possibly do this while traveling, Cindy, or not on a cruise, Sylvia, or gosh, now I want to shout it from the rooftop, Elida. Y'all have so many great things. It's maybe somebody's like Amy and thinks, I just need some support. I just want to be around people who get it. Thank you all so much for being here today. I'm really grateful. And for anybody watching, well, they've said it better than I could. Just give it a try. If you're hurting, what do you have to lose? And if you need some best friends to come hang out with, we are here, right? Come on over. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys next time and see y'all in the groups. Bye.